So we had the annual conference organized by Frontier Securities about raising capital and investments. I have the chance to have Mr. Nick Clarke, CEO of Central Asia Metals company. The first question would be maybe a quick overview of the business of your company in Mongolia and about the long-term strategy for Central Asia Metals.
Oh, well, thank you. Central Asia Metals has been in Mongolia now for 4 years. We've undertaken exploration programs on a number of sites. We're now concentrating on 3 of our major areas, exploration areas. One in the north of the country at Hangate. We have a molybdenum project there where I intend to undertake something of the order of about $500,000 worth of exploration drilling this coming season. In addition to that, in the southern Gobi, we have an exploration license area that we call Alagbayan. It's about 80 kilometers to the east of the Oy Tolgoi project area. In 2009, I spent something of the order of $3 million on an exploration drilling program there. Since that time, I've done more geophysical surveys that have been conducted by GovEx, a company that many people in the country will be aware of, and they've learnt their expertise working for Ivanhoe. They've done surveys for me. They've identified some more target areas, and I'm just starting, and I'm pleased to announce that today we started drilling at our Alagbayan site, and I have a program of about 3,500 meters of drilling that will take me towards the end of the year, and I'm hoping that that will enable me to announce a discovery of a significant deposit there. But it is as with any exploration, it has its uncertainties attached to it.
About the investment community and their concern, especially in London, how do you address them personally? I mean, working in this emerging and frontier market.
Well, that's an interesting question. We listed Central Asia Metals last September on the AIM market of the London Stock Exchange. We raised $60 million. My main projects are in Kazakhstan and, as I said, in Mongolia here, where we have 3 exploration programs. And of course, there was a lot of uncertainty amongst the investor community as to the safety of the tenure of the mining licenses and the works that one undertakes in emerging markets. Kazakhstan is fairly well known to the London community. There's 2 major FTSE 100 companies operating in Kazakhstan, ENRC and Kazakh Mis. So the investment community was comfortable with Kazakhstan, comfortable with the legal regime, the mining codes, the taxes, and the stability of the government in Kazakhstan. They were less certain, less knowledgeable of the Mongolian market. And I found in many of my investor presentations, I was having to inform people of the opportunities that were open to Mongolia. I was actually helped quite a bit by the popular press, the broadsheets as well, having a lot of very positive articles on Mongolia last year in terms of its investment potential. And of course this was brought about by the investment agreement that was announced between Oy Tolgoi joint venture partners, Ivanhoe and Rio, and the government. So that raised investor knowledge of the area, but still the legal and financial work was quite extensive, but we got through the process.
Thank you. What about the logistic issue in Mongolia? Recently there was a shortage of diesel. I mean, how can you cope with this kind of sudden crisis or shortage?
Well, you cope as best you can. You can't plan for these things. They do occur. But the effect is that things start later. Things cost more, become more expensive. I then have to go back to my investor base in London and say, well, look, I'm sorry, but the exploration cost that I told you about is now increased because there's a diesel shortage. However, to counterbalance this, people understand that operating in emerging markets, events like this do occur. You just have to handle them as best you can.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for your time and for the presentation that you gave this morning.
Pleasure. Thank you very much, Frontier, for inviting me here to present.
Thank you.